Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
Yeah.
Oh.
A little 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, brother. We're in there. Nobody puts their ding dong on my father.
Get your ding dong off my father.
Whoa.
You better get that ding dong off father. Because I don't want ding dongs on my father. Right?
I don't want your father on my ding dong either.
That wasn't even part
It's
of
not
the situation.
But I want to put
That wasn't
in
even-
writing.
That wasn't even an option, dude.
I wanted to put it in writing. I don't want.
No, I was telling other people to get their ding dongs off my father.
Oh, gotcha. I still don't want your father on my ding dong, though. Can I put that in
Bro,
writing?
that's not even on the table.
Well, I want to put like a little.
It sounds like that's what you actually want, but you're saying that
Nope.
you don't.
I kind of want.
Kind of like, oh, don't
No, I just.
do it.
If we're gonna record that song, James, and put it out to the masses, I want people to know that I don't want your father's ding dong on me. So it's gonna be one line, just maybe a throwaway, behind the chorus.
We don't want ding dongs on my father.
Yeah.
End of story, dude. End of story, bro. It is Monday, and if you like Mondays, I hate you.
Yeah, you do. Damn right on that one.
I hate you.
We're back, kids, for another magical day of Ross Patterson Revolution. I'm down today, but for different reasons.
You're down?
I feel a little down today for different reasons.
Okay.
Today. A little depression today, not because of the Rona. Don't think it's because of the Rona's got me down. Last Dance ended. The Last Dance with Michael Jordan. Oh, boy.
Our one bit of...
That was getting me through these quarantine times. I don't know what we have left to... Well, I mean, I guess the audience in the world knows we're going into Yellowstone season 2, obviously, but...
Yes.
As a unit, as a husband and wife.
Also,
as
my
a man
realtor
and a
knows
woman.
because I've asked $15 million ranch, and if she can find that for $10, I'll take it.
James has been after watching Yellowstone.
Like, who am I?
I don't know. I don't know who you are. And there's some things where I'm like, man, because one of them had horse stables.
Yes.
And I was just like, we don't own horses.
Yeah,
We're
but
not
we're
horse
going to.
people.
We're going to have cattle. We're going to have vests.
No.
A puffy vest.
Nope.
Like different colors, too.
Uh-huh.
Like a fun burnt orange with gray.
Yeah.
And horses. And we may have fun little, cowboy, quarters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like bunk beds and
Sure.
you know what I mean?
Try to tell Jessie, the thing about owning a ranch is you need 15 to 20 people to operate that. And
Yeah,
they're going to have quartering.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it, but
I was unaware. I love horses. I do. Especially the ones at the track,
Sure.
Daddy like to go to the track to bet on the horses. I used to go with my grandparents as a child, and since they went all the time, we got to see the horses up close and all that stuff. Beautiful horses. I love horses.
Sure.
I was unaware how much work goes into taking care
Yes.
of a horse.
Huge.
When you were saying maybe Friday or Saturday or something like that, you were like, hey, man, you have to wash those things before you take them out every day and the whole thing. I was
Groom
like,
them, get the dirt out of
yeah.
Yes.
I did not know that. I was like, this
What
is
did
an
you-
animal.
Uh-huh.
Well, I didn't know why clean off the hooves. It's an animal, Won't those come out on its own?
So you put the horseshoes, they have horseshoes on them.
Correct.
And they get dirt under your fingernails. So they have these two big, deep, it's almost like inside fingers.
Yeah.
And you just dig all that out so
Oh.
that they can that they're comfortable. You don't want You don't want them to be, your horseshoes on them. You're putting a saddle tight on them and riding.
Yep.
Like, you don't want them to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
More than like.
They either owned the horse or rented the horse, and then somebody else took care of them, and they had to pay
Boarded it,
fees. Okay. So that's what it was, and I was like, oh, shit, that's really expensive. Did not any growing up.
Right.
On my side, I don't know if you did, but
No. We did it for a certain amount of years until it started to be very expensive.
Crazy, right?
To be like, this is your last month of horseback riding. Like, have fun. Because I rode English. A little bit less expensive, right?
What's English? Is that like Meghan Markle?
Yeah.
Did you ride like Meghan Markle?
What?
Did you ride like Meghan Markle?
Oh, yeah.
I would definitely switch over to fiber. Yeah.
Hours down?
Anywho's. We get some fiber and some internet issues today, apparently. But
we're all on it. On the internet.
We're all on the interwebs, Giorgio. So
Are you on DB or DB5?
Yeah, I would switch on over to
5.
I should be just running off of fiber.
Yeah, the fiber's being spotty, so I pulled for the Wi-Fi.
Ooh, look at that. We had some storms here in the area. There's supposed to be a tropical storm. We should tell the people that.
Yes.
So there's supposed to be a tropical storm rolling through tonight, I believe. Arthur is the name of it. The waves were crazy yesterday. Absolutely crazy here in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Going from the beach to owning horses, though, Jabes, is a little much.
I don't know. I just need a big change. Do you know what I mean? I just want to change it all.
Yeah. No, I hear. We'll try to get through this together.
It definitely happens, and it's no worries. But
Wilmington's got a lot of shit going on.
It really does.
What'd you say? Yeah.
Okay.
Is it down?
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
We're back.
There we go. Look, again, we're having a tropical storm here that's rolling through this area, but man, between all the weird shit that's going on here
What's the weird shit?
in Wilmington, like across the board. So the draft. Remember the night of the draft? We had those violent storms.
Oh yeah.
That knocked out the power. We had the power knocked out here a few times. Like
Yeah.
I guess whenever you live near a beach city, you're gonna have thunderstorms and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Right. But that's the way it is. We'll fix it eventually. We will fix it eventually. But needless to say, we're not gonna get the horses. I don't think for a while.
Not for a while, but I want the option. I can't talk about this anymore. I don't want somebody to tell me what color to paint my mailbox.
Sure.
I just find that so many people are so stupid and so scared and such idiots
Yeah.
that I don't want anyone who's a human with human tendencies to be in charge of my shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I understand.
People on the HOA, people on the board for your fucking neighborhood. They're humans.
Schools,
They're just
all that
people.
other shit. Yeah.
Whoa.
I get it.
They can fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And they do.
But people on horses don't.
Don't what?
They don't
No.
fuck shit up.
That's not what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
No, I know what you're saying.
It's not the horses thing. It's the option for the horse, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the what I'm gonna do with it. It's the option to do.
Yeah.
It's when you don't have any options,
Goddamn right.
right?
Yeah.
When there's just like condos all around you or houses where you can like see in the window.
You want to be free, Jabes.
I want to be free like a horse.
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, like a horse. You want to be free. I get it.
Do you know what I mean?
I do get it. I do get it.
So that's just what this whole situation has done to me. Never in a million years would I think I would want that.
No, but now that's where you are in life.
Now that everyone's dumb,
Mm-hmm.
now that everyone's stupid, now that everyone's big scaredy cat motherfuckers,
Yeah. Now you're all done.
I want to be alone.
I understand it. I understand it, Jabes.
I want to take care of my domain the way I want to take care of it.
I want the end of the Last Dance series of Michael Jordan, where he's just looking out on whatever beach he lives on, and that's it. Where I'm just like, okay, there's the beach.
For sure.
Great ending shot, by the way, in that series. One of the best. We're gonna do a deep dive on it on Drinkin' Bros Sports
Absolutely.
for tomorrow. I believe John Brinkus from ESPN is on that show today. But my God, man, just give that thing all of the awards because we're all done here.
So good.
It was the best. It was the absolute best.
And the overwhelming question that comes from this that
Yes.
everyone's kind of asking, and all the articles that I've been seeing is like,
It is split.
it is split of if you had the choice of being liked or winning,
Yeah.
and they're not going to be the same.
No.
Okay, you can't be liked and win everything.
Right.
You can't be an asshole and lose everything. Right.
Yeah.
What would you choose? You don't have to answer.
You know my answer.
You don't have to answer, but that's a hard one for me.
So with this show, there's been this endless debate going on of when you watched it, how you felt. Did you feel that Michael Jordan was an egomaniac asshole, or was he doing it because he wanted to win and he expected other people to live up to his standards? That's the way I view it. That is to me, that is the only way to be great. But a lot of people are saying you didn't have to be mean and whatever, and it's like it's because of this soft culture that we live in the PC world and everything else. And it's like, man, it is okay to be bullied because look at the end results. Even Steve Kerr, when he got the shit kicked out of him, like, you know, Michael Jordan punched him in the face. I mean, Steve Kerr punched him first, obviously, but who hit the game-winning shot?
Yeah.
Steve Kerr. Because he was able to rise to that moment and work with somebody that, was fucking in it with him. So
I don't
I go that way.
Yeah.
But there was someone who wrote an article that just said you don't have to be an asshole to win, and they were citing Oscar Robertson, who won like 10 titles or 11 titles or something like. But that was back in an era when, let's just face it, whoever the biggest guy was on the team, congratulations, you were winning. Because back then it was like 10 black guys and like the whole league was all white, and it was like, well, if you had the black guy, you won.
Right.
Wilt Chamberlain and all those guys, they dominated. He scored 100 points in one game. So it's one of those things where you're like, that is a totally, completely different era. And, Jordan was going against some of the very best with Magic and Bird and all those guys. And I just that's the only way to be number one to me is to be like that. And it's a great debate. Either way, but that's the series itself was fantastic.
I don't know.
So
I don't know if that's the reason. There's a lot. He didn't do everything himself. Like Phil Jackson had a completely different approach, and some would say that he had a lot to do with
look all of
those wins as well. Like he
they
did not
do.
do it by himself.
Correct.
So
and he's not in a sport that is he's not Michael Phelps. He's not Tiger Woods. He's not a golfer. He's not by himself.
it's not just all
It is
you,
a team
or
sport.
tennis or whatever. Like
And I agree. Like, look, it takes the team to win. However, there's got to be somebody running that ship. And
Right.
it was clearly MJ in his brilliance. And either way, that doc was everything I hoped for and more. I said to you right afterwards, I was like, I could watch 60 more hours of this. Like, it is endless to me of how much I could watch on this. The cool thing is, and I wish, fuck R.I.P. Kobe, but the Kobe one where he documented his last season too, like they're going to edit that and put that out as well. The only problem with that was not a championship team. Kobe was really, really hurt and overcoming 10,000
Right.
injuries, and he was playing on a horrific team at the end, the last one. But he'll have the best ending that him dropping 6 points for his last game that's going to be the ending of that documentary. Amazing. I mean, I'm amped for that. I heard there was another one as well, and I think it might have been Magic Johnson that they did it with as well. And I'm there for that. The ones they cock teased us out for the previews for the other 30 for 30, yeah. Lance Armstrong, which you're over.
And if he doesn't have anything new to say, if he hasn't come to any new realizations or grown up or come to terms with what he actually did after the fact, right? Then I'm not even. I've seen literally 3 documentaries on him, and it's all the same.
One, I know nothing about Bruce Lee.
Yeah, that one's gonna be interesting because I don't know anything
I'm down.
either.
I'm like I can't wait for that one. And then the last one was McGuire versus Sosa. I've always hoped they did that because that was one of the most exciting times in baseball for me. And I traveled around to the ballparks.
Right.
So yeah, I've got some funny stories about it, and that'll be cool. So I'm amped about that one as well. But 10-part Jordan doc. Kudos to ESPN for pushing it up so that way it gave people something to watch and talk about during the quarantine. And this morning I was kind of reading in a lot of the press about how people thought they were portrayed. Scottie Pippen, I guess, was a little disappointed. He thought he was portrayed a little poorly. I thought the opposite. But that's just me.
They went really deep into the foot thing and not so much into like how much I think he actually did do.
I think he was
for the do you know what I mean? They really if I were, because I didn't know a lot about it. So for me, he did come off like a little weenie sometimes.
Right.
And I know that there was so much more to his story and his arc that like he really was such a huge part of that team. And again, Michael Jordan did not do anything by himself.
No.
So in that respect, yeah, I'm sure there's people that are like, what the fuck?
Right.
Who else didn't like? Anyone?
A lot of people. And there was, you name it. Like there was a lot of people. Even Jordan himself was just like, I'm not sure I should have done this. Because you had this image of Michael Jordan in your head, right? And it was a big part of the doc where he was just like too honest or too, you didn't know anything about Michael Jordan behind the scenes, like at all. I'd heard about the gambling shit and then some other crazy stories, but it was through like friends who were actually there. Like, and these are like actors that I've worked with and shit. Not my friends, but friends of his who had said, man, there was some wild ass shit that Jordan was doing behind the scenes, partying wise. But other than that, I knew nothing about Michael Jordan other than be like Mike and the rest of the shit, right?
Right.
I thought he was the golden boy that everybody else did. He's saying, man, his image has been so calculated for 40 years that now you're seeing the real him and you're having these debates about whether or not he was an asshole. So
I don't think there's any debate about that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's the debate. It's just a debate of like why and if it was necessary. So
the debate in his mind, though, was do I do this and let people know? Do I not do it and keep it silent? He had, by the way, at the end of it, he had creative sign off. That was the deal with this. And that's why that footage sat for 22 years. He was the one who had to sign off on it.
Look, I mean, it was amazing.
Yes.
He was amazing. The question, age old, will be, did you have to be that way to get to that point? My answer, I think, is that yes, he did for himself. So most of the time he was saying, like, in order to get going, I need some kind of fucking
edge. You're always looking for an edge.
I need someone to be pissed at, right? It could be someone that just said, what's up, motherfucker, or whatever.
Right.
That's it. He's dead to him. He's dropping 7. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it was more for himself, and other people kind of got caught in the rip current of it.
Yeah.
So he needed that drive. He needed somebody to be pissed at. He needed someone to have competition with. He needed some reason to.
But all of those guys got to live an amazing life, like fucking rock stars, and they got a lot of championships, and it was mostly because of Michael Jordan. So,
yeah,
to me, that drive is necessary. If Jordan's watching, and I'm sure he is, I'm sure he watches every single morning.
Friend of the pod, yeah.
Yeah, MJ. To me, it just emphasized that you were the greatest of all time,
Absolutely.
in my opinion, and it also in the era of LeBron in this weird fucking pussy TikTok world we live in. It's a nice refresher course to everybody that you were the greatest of all time, and there shouldn't be a debate about it anymore. And that's just my opinion. Did he come off like an asshole to some people? I'm sure he did. I found it hilarious every single time. You and I were laughing in bed every single night where the whatever line came out when he was just like, "You didn't say hi to me at dinner." Well, then I had to kill him.
I had to come, yeah, or like, he was on my list.
Yeah.
I never talked to him again. You're like, oh my God, like how many people are on your list that you never talk to again? That's insane. What a way to live. And at the end, that solo shot of him looking out
At the beach. Yeah.
could be taken so many different ways.
Oh, yeah.
And I went back and forth from being like, oh my God, like he's alone. Like we saw his kids for 2 seconds. I didn't see his wife for 1 second. Like I don't know who his friends are. I don't know who he hangs out with. I don't know what his day to day is. Like I hope he's at peace with it.
I can kind of fill you in on that, right? So with his wife, they got divorced. There was 1 million cheating allegations on that.
Okay.
So, not that that's a huge surprise, obviously, but
So he's not married right now.
no, he got remarried recently.
Okay.
I think like maybe 4 years ago.
Okay.
To I think she was like a bartender. I want to say like a Cuban bartender down in Miami or Florida or somewhere like that.
Okay.
And I think that's where that shot was. The last one where he's looking out at the ocean in his house.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere in Florida. I forget where.
It did look.
Yeah. Anyways, younger. I think she's maybe 30, something like that. So the kids, by the way, grew up playing basketball. That's the hardest thing, and I always tell this to you. I was like, man, I don't know one celebrity whose kids, sports-wise, have become like massive superstars. Like the massive ones, right?
There's no hunger there.
So the kids grew up playing basketball. A couple of like small-time college offers, like really small-time, but like no shot at the NBA.
Sure.
It seems like their relationship is good. The kids were on TMZ this morning.
Okay.
The Suns. And they were just...
Yeah, they seem fine.
Yeah, they had some really, really
I'm
funny
sure they have
stories.
some like therapy they had to go through.
Yeah, they had some really funny stories about him where they were just like, hey, we were just hanging. He's like, it's so weird when your dad is that famous and you're like, and then Jay-Z and Beyonce came over and we all had dinner together at my house. And it was like, but unexpected. Like, hey, we're just dropping by. We're going to have dinner. And it's like,
That's
kids.
rude of Beyonce and them.
I'm sure there was a phone call. The kids just weren't on the
Oh,
phone.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Like,
because you would think that even
but the kids didn't know.
Yance,
Yeah. The
would
kids
know that
the kids
you-
didn't know. And then they'd kind of alluded to, we just got accustomed that this was going to be our life. Then the next dinner we were at was at the White House, and it was just like, all right, great. Now we're all at the White House having dinner with the president privately in a room by ourselves and all that other stuff. And it seemed like the two boys were well adjusted, and I don't know what they do now in life, but they seem fine, and they were pretty good spirited about the whole sitch. The daughter I didn't know existed,
sure.
so I have no idea. When I saw it last night, it was the first thing I told you. I was like, I didn't know he had a daughter, and
I literally cannot imagine that being your dad. But go ahead.
I know, it's crazy, right? And then the only other thing that I have to go off of was, I think he's 56 or 57 now. On his 50th birthday, he agreed to do an interview with, it was either ESPN, the magazine, or Sports Illustrated, I forget which one. And it was called Jordan at 50, and what his life was like. And he was pretty miserable. But not for what you think. It wasn't because he didn't have friends. It was because he couldn't play basketball.
Yeah, but if you cultivate, if you have other things in your life, then that, it seemed like Kobe didn't have that because he was doing other things in his life that brought him.
When he left basketball.
Right.
And I think that was the important part of that relationship
mean.
with Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant is, Michael Jordan had said, Kobe had asked years in advance what it was like being retired, what that feeling is like, how you need to channel your energy into other things. And Michael Jordan was like, look, I've got businesses, I've got all this other stuff. And he goes, you're going to have to do that. And but Jordan said Kobe was at peace after he retired. And that seemed to be true.
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
But it was not during playing. And they were very similar in that regard.
For sure. But I think that Kobe was different in that he cultivated other parts of his life.
Afterwards,
and planned for basketball not being the only thing. And that comes along with everything. So how you treat other people that you're going to see outside of the game. Maybe you're announcing, maybe you're going to go to games, whatever. And you just who wants to walk around being like, who am I going to see today that I have a fucking problem with? How horrible is that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you live like that? I literally cannot even imagine. I live my life to not have that.
So here's the biggest wrench in that, right? Michael Jordan was the first to be that famous of an athlete all the way around the world, besides like Muhammad Ali, maybe, to where you're just, and look, he was on a global scale where everybody knew who he was, same as Muhammad Ali, but in an age of like, you know, TV, movies, all that other stuff, right? He had no one there was no blueprint for Jordan. Like, he just had to figure it out and live his life. And whatever choices he made along the way were because of that, and he was the first doing it. Whereas Kobe did have a blueprint, and he was able to call Michael Jordan and say, hey, man, help me out here. What's going on? How do I do this, this, and this, and this? And where Jordan did not have that. And good or bad, you know, he didn't have any friends, and it still doesn't appear to leave that one white guy and Ahmad Rashad. I think he was only two friends. And the white guy is super weird, George. I don't know what his story is, but
He's being paid. Go ahead. He's a personal assistant.
But
you can't be
one of the
carry on.
last one of the last articles with Kobe was the same of like, I don't have any close friends. He goes, I have zero. He goes, I just don't. The things in my life that are important are my wife and my children. And he goes, I would rather spend the time with them. I will never be a good enough friend as a person to others to have like unbelievably best friends in this world. He goes, I just will never, ever have that. And he goes, I played everything in isolation by myself. And then boom, had the career, have a wife and kids and all that other stuff. And other things that I want taking my time and energy up are work related, not friends. So he goes, look, I have a bunch of acquaintances who I can text and all that shit. But he goes, I don't have any best friends.
That's sort of how I feel right now. Like, I can't be a good friend because of how busy I am. And then if I'm not here, I'm with kids. So it's almost like I just sort of step back from that just because I know I'm not going to be a good friend. Like,
Right.
I wouldn't want to be friends with someone that could like never talk because they're like on air or always busy, can never hang out. Like, I don't know. Just right now.
Yeah.
Like, there has been times in my life and those people are still in my life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In some respect, because I made those friends when I was like free and, you know what I mean? Wide open and was able to hang out with people and do things for them and be there for them and like come over if you're having a hard time, stuff like you do to be a good friend. And those people are still in my life in some way. But making new friends, it's hard when you're super busy. Like, and it's hard when you have another focus because if other people don't have that, they don't understand it. And then you seem like a fucking bitch.
Asshole, yeah. Or, bitch or an asshole. Because I feel the same way. Like, with you, I'm married to my best friend, and I love our children. Therefore, man, I like texts and stuff like that are fine and all that other stuff. But like going out of my way to see, I mean, I just don't see that many people or do that much because I'm typically always working on something.
Right.
You know, even we had people over for the fights at our house on Saturday night, friends of ours. After they left, I went and wrote till like 4 a.m. Like, you know, I think they left at midnight, 12:30, whenever the fights ended. And then it was like, great. I wrote for 4 hours after that. Like,
that's crazy.
Yes, it is. But I don't need
just making sure you know that.
I do. But the same thing, I don't need a lot of sleep. Same as Jordan and these guys. And it is what it is. But I don't know how great of a friend that I will be as well, because I would rather focus my energy into you, the children, and work things, whereas friendships are third, fourth.
The goal is to be at that point. But I think if you talk to anyone that either does a startup or is deep into like building and starting a company, they have the same story.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's
what it is. And then whoever's around at the end of it are the people that are around. And then whichever friends you make after that, you try and do better. And it is what it is.
Well, friends change all throughout your life. And I don't know if it's the same with you, but like, I had elementary friends, I would say, elementary school friends that were there and you saw them every day, whatever. You go to middle school and people grow up, and that's where you kind of start to become a different person right? You start to kind of develop who you are, or maybe what you want to do, or things like that in your life.
Yeah.
Your friends change because, they like something else and you wanted to do something else, sports-wise or whatever it was, right? Then you have high school friends. And those friends seem like they're going to be your best friends forever. And then you go to college. Not everybody's going to college together, so you have a whole new set of friends. But you keep getting older, you keep getting smarter, and you keep learning about the world, and you're like, all right, great. Then you look back at some people from high school where you're just like, oh, you're still there, and you're not really doing anything. Start to lose touch with them. And then you go to college, and for me personally, then you have a whole new set of friends. And then after that, typically those friends have the same kind of goals and dreams and all that stuff. And then 20s and 30s, you maybe pick up a couple friends along the way. I think I picked up maybe 3, they're like best friends along the way. 20s into 30s, and then I picked up another 3 after that, 4. But that's kind of it,
Yeah.
Especially with kids. Now, if you're single, it's a different story. You're not doing, you're doing whatever you want, actually.
Yeah. But
So
it's a different story for everybody. But Dolly Parton and what's his name? Rogers said it best
Rogers!
when they
R.I.P.
said
Rogers.
when they said you can't make old friends, and it's true.
What do you mean you can't make old friends?
You can't make old friends. There's this that you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're your old friends. You made them in a certain time in your life, and they will be that forever,
Yeah.
no matter what happens.
Yeah.
Some of them are single, some of them aren't. Like, it doesn't matter who has kids, who doesn't. You don't have to be on the same path. These are your old friends. Something happened, whatever it is, and you will be friends, I think, forever. Those are your old friends. And any friend that you make now will be what they are, but they're never going to be those people. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Because you made them at a certain point in your life, at this age or whatever it is, that they're your old friends. So you can't make old friends. They're just going to be your new friends or people that are around while you live in this certain house or live in this certain town or you work at this certain company or whatever it is.
Right.
These are going to be those kinds of, they're friends. They're new friends, but they're not going to be your old friends.
Right.
Because that is a group of people. I have 4 or 5. You probably have the same.
Yeah.
Of the old friends that no matter what.
Yeah, my college friends they will always be I'm on a thread with them for
you can't make friends now that are equivalent to them and what you guys have.
No, absolutely.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
So that's sort of what it is. And I take comfort in that. Even when I am busy or if I'm not hanging out with anybody right now, it's you always have those people.
Yeah. Want to get into one of the top stories of the day here. It's the name of the episode, so it's big. They think they have some good news on a possible vaccine for the coronavirus.
Okay.
And the market is going through the roof right now. So they've done, let's see here, 45 clinical trials on it, and they're 45 for 45 on it as far as it's stemming down the conditions. So, market's looking good. There's some positivity, and that's up over 800 points today.
Nice.
Yeah. And there's some hope. I think earlier before we came on, Giorgio, you were the one who said Disney was they're taking pre-reservations for all of their stuff. So
In August, which is
In August.
huge because
they're
in California, they're in Florida,
yes, they're in China.
ish.
We'll see. We'll see what happens over there. The other positive news was the Big Ten football, which is my obviously huge part of my life is Ohio State football. They said that all 14 teams.
It's a huge part of my life too.
It is. Welcome.
Better or worse, what it is.
Yeah. They said that they do not anticipate all 14 teams not being able to play.
Okay.
So,
Positive.
positive, yeah. Positive.
Yeah.
So, there's a Gallup poll that is out today. That's U.S. adults report less worrying and more happiness right now as opposed to at the beginning of this thing. So, That's positive. I would attribute that, though, to, first of all, where you did it and what's open right now.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of friends who are partying at bars and restaurants who are
Right.
just
Where'd
like,
you do this poll?
oh, yeah, they feel great.
Where'd you do this poll? You know what I mean? Did you do it in the beaches of what?
Because there is some states that are back at the gyms, back at the bars and restaurants. I saw my stepsister on fucking Facebook
Finally at
partying in a
her
bar. Yeah, and I was
yes.
just like, come on, dude.
I know.
I think we're slated for the 22nd. Is that correct, Alec? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is that, Friday?
Mm-hmm. So we have one more week. You never know, but you never know.
Picking up
Because he
takeout
has
with all the
time.
dudes in the world
Yep.
who put it under the wives put it under their names.
The last time I put it under yours, though, didn't I?
You did, and I'm proud of you. Did we talk about that?
Not on the show, no. But
when's it
I
get
ordered the food, you pick it up, right?
Yeah.
And you saw in line at this sushi place that we went to that like every guy that walked up was saying a girl's name. And you're like,
Well,
fucking.
the hilarious part about it was every time I've gone to pick up food and I say, yeah, pick up for Ross, and they're like,
Don't have
we
it.
don't have that. I'm sorry, man. We don't have that. I was like, oh, maybe it's under my wife's name. That's weird. She was definitely not going to pick this up, and it was going to be me. So it's Jessie. Well, the funny thing is I go to pick up sushi, what was it, Friday night, I think?
Yeah.
And I
But
go there.
the great thing.
It was packed. And
It was packed.
Like the line was outside. They had one of those card tables set up of like, hey, we're going to social distance
Yes.
and all this other shit. So I get up and he goes, there's like big burly men. One of them was like,
Julia.
Hey, pick up for Julia.
yeah.
Pick up for Victoria, Jennifer. And I was like, Jessie. And then, but every guy was just kind of like putting their hat down a little bit, like their head down. I was like, ooh.
I don't think they were, but yeah.
They were.
No, it's good for the story. Go ahead.
And they definitely were. So finally, I just made the
embarrassed.
comment. I was like, hey guys, we're always picking up the food. Like, is it necessary to put it under your wife's name, or is that just to fucking emasculate us? You know?
You could order it too. The good thing, though, you have to admit, the good thing about my name is that it could be yours.
It could be a dude, yeah, Jessie.
You're like, pick up for Jessie.
Yep. Yeah.
They're not going to question
Hey,
you.
pick up for Jessie,
Right?
the dude. You know,
Jesse James.
the dude, man, the dude.
Right?
Arizona's open. Nico
Arizona.
the Gricos is Arizona's open. We got a new guy in here named Pooh Finger. That's his.
Is that Dan? Every time
no,
I
it's
see
not
a
Dan.
name like that, I
Dan
think
is Dan. He says, "Good morning, Jessie." Pooh Finger.
Pooh Finger.
Yeah. Before we get into the sponsors, we'll give a shout out to the boards here.
Where is
Who
Pooh
was on
Finger?
first? Jordan Bird was here first today. And then Rihanna. Chris Beerworth, Kreger, Stileski, David Wagner's up in this bitch. And again, we're live every single day on YouTube, right around the nooner area under
Sure.
Drinkin' Bros Sports, or just Drinkin' Bros Podcast, and then all of our shows, including Sports, Broettes, everything's on here. Ross Patterson Revolution, Michael Hando, Reed White, all these guys. What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, there's Big Dick Danoff.
Oh, you know it had to be.
Yeah, the Hawk
I've
is in
got my girls. I've got Julia.
There you go.
Danielle, Brittany, Rihanna, sorry.
Julia Kirkies.
Mm-hmm.
Kirkies.
Little Julia Kirkies for you.
1911
And now,
Deathstroke. What's up, man?
and now I have a Pooh Finger.
Pooh Finger, which is awesome.
Could be man or woman. I'm not sure. I'll add Pooh Finger
one
to
knows.
the gals pile.
Pooh Finger. Hey, what's
it has
up,
to
Pooh
be Dan.
Finger?
It has to be
It's
Dan.
not. It's not Dan. I'm telling you. It's not
Okay.
Dan. I think Dan goes by Dan. I think, or Dan. I think it says D'Anthony Holloway.
No, he
That's his
goes by
username.
Anne Frank.
Oh, that's right.
He said it wasn't him, but I thought, who else?
Who else? Who knows?
Who else
knows?
is going by Anne Frank?
Who knows? Who knows?
I don't know.
James?
But anyway.
we got some sponsors who pay for this fucking show to be on the air.
Oh,
Surprisingly,
Kirkus, like circus.
oh, it is. All right.
Anyway, so
That's
go
a
ahead.
fun thing. That's
That
a
is
fun,
a fun
little
thing.
flirty name.
I love having like a little thing that you can be like, it's Ross, like Friends.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah. For sure.
Kirkus, like circus.
Yeah,
You know?
Of course.
How fun for you.
That is fun. First up, we got ghostbed.com/drinking bros. The mattress of the future.
Doing it.
The only mattress that astronauts sleep in. It's not true. Should be, though. If you're an
You
astronaut
can't
out
be
there,
spreading lies.
I can. I'm saying it should be. It should be true. Astronauts should be the only ones that sleep in mattresses.
I'm
like
always
this.
surprised every time I lay in bed.
Yeah. How
You
amazing it
think
is.
you know what your bed feels like.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's my bed. I know what it feels like. I know how comfortable it is. And then you sit in it, sleep in it.
Yep. And you're like, hi
I had no idea.
No idea.
I thought I knew.
No, you didn't.
Because I do think about it, as you know, all day.
You're a little dum-dum. You didn't know. I didn't know either,
I do think about it all day.
2 free pillows when you order a mattress. As always, they got a 36-month pay-as-you-go program, no interest. That's 25% off the adjustable bases, sheets, pillows, covers, all of it. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Today, they're going to be doing this all throughout the quarantine, however long this lasts. Right now, it's looking like May 30th for a lot of people. We're not on the California schedule, so we're not doing that through August. There's no way. There's no way. Next up, we got expressvpn.com.
Ooh, this is a good one. Much needed.
/revolution. Look, China is trying to hack yo shit. Look, everybody's trying to take everything from me right now during these times. So don't let them. Go to expressvpn.com/revolution today and hop on it. Hop on the VPN train, brother. It is toot toot open for everyone. It's a seamless app that runs in the background of your computer. Everything you got.
Toot.
Toot toot. Hop on the train at expressvpn.com/revolution. $7 a month. If you sign
Hello,
up for the year.
sharks. Hello, sharks. Are you tired of people taking your information?
Yeah.
Well, we've got the answer for you. Who's ready to toot toot jump on the Express VPN train?
.com/revolution. Thanks, sharks.
We're offering you.
We're offering you 3 free months when you sign up
When
for
you
a
sign
year.
up.
It's $7 a month. You can watch porn at work. Wouldn't you like that? I would too. Thanks, sharks.
Hey, sharks, we're asking for $5 million for 1% in our company.
Yeah.
What do you sell? Nail polish.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I sell salt to pigeons.
Yeah.
What?
$1 million.
Do you know how many pigeons eat bread every day without salt on it? Wouldn't it be awesome if we could put some salt on their bread? I'm offering you $5 million for 1% in our company.
Who's ready
It's
to
called,
fly away with us?
yeah, pigeon salt. That's what we're doing. It's our new company, Pigeon Salt. That's how we should read all the ads. Like
And it's just
fucking
poison
canned
that
people.
kills all the pigeons?
Yeah. And it's like there's dead pigeons everywhere. So, Sharks, tell me, how many pigeons have you killed so far to date? 1.2 million, but we have noticed 2 pigeons that seem filled.
We're projecting. This
Wait,
year
filled?
we sold.
Yes,
This
their
year
bellies were
we
filled
sold
with sodium.
1 million, and next year we're projecting 5 million. What? How? What are your sales?
2 of the pigeons, we're currently in one lawsuit. 2 of the pigeons fought each other to the death in someone's backyard and then ended up beaking a kid's eyes out.
All right, we will move on.
We
from
will
this.
not move on.
Yes,
no, go to
we will.
expressvpn.com/revolution today. Sign up, protect everything. Next up, James, we got StrikeForceEnergy.com.
Boom, 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 shabloinker.
I am always hopped up on the Strike Force.
If you're wondering.
Takes 2 tiny little tin pouch. You rip it open and squeeze it into any liquid available. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten. Ooh. Lasts longer than 5-hour energy. The turd noise was for people who were, have gluten issues and then they turd a lot. There's no gluten in this, so you're not going to turd a lot. Okay? I'm going to put that out there. 4 amazing flavors, Jabes, and they go into every liquid available. This is it right here. Orange, lemon, grape, and original. Again, no gluten, so you won't be turding a lot. Thanks, Sharks. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com today. They get a 10-pack, a 40-pack, and a 750-milliliter bottle. They ship everywhere in the entire world. With the promo code REVOLUTION, you get 20% off. We have a subscription. We've had it for 4 years. I drink this shit all the time. I love it.
All the time.
I love it. Last but not least, StraightRazor.com, Jabes.
Straight razors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a clean cut?
Ooh, that's a clean cut.
Is it smooth?
Smooth. You're good. Is it a clean cut? It is because. Oh, you right?
Oh, Alec, Why did you put your beak up to that?
That
Why'd you
was
put
like.
your... Oh, boy,
Why'd you?
It's
He
terrible.
didn't. He didn't put his beak up to
Yeah,
it.
you did.
He put his ear.
You had your nose in one of the earphones, and then yeah, exactly.
He was listening.
Look at him. Look at him right now. He had
was
one toward his
listening.
beak, one in his ear. Were you hoping that it would go through your nostril on that one?
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what he did think.
Yeah. Straight razors is everything you need to be a real man in this life. Look, we've had so we have a couple. We've got Manscaped for your balls, and your pubis hairs,
Sure.
and your arm hairs and all that shit too. We saw a commercial over the weekend. I was like, oh shit, arm hairs, armpits, all that other stuff. Straight razors, facial, men, razors. Like, you know what I'm saying? There is a difference here, kids.
Absolutely.
I would not use one
Between
or
your
the
balls and
other.
your face?
Yeah, dude, you're not going to use. Like, you're not going to shave your balls and then shave your beard with that. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to shave your mustache with your ball trimmer. You know? You're just not going to do that.
That's what I was always wondering what people did.
Yes.
Okay.
They did. And it's disgusting.
Gross.
I used to have just one that was just for my pubic hair, and that
sure
was
gross.
it. You know?
Yeah.
But it was like one of those big, like, barber things. You know, this is a polite one over at Manscaped. Over at straightrazors.com. That's what you need to be a real man in this life. They got everything: beard oils, shampoos, conditioners, mustache waxes, all that stuff for shaving your face. Really want to point that out. Do not use straight razor or their safety razor on your ball sack.
Sure.
Go to straightrazors.com. Promo code Revolution, 20% off. James, we're tan today.
We are.
We went. I went to the beach twice this weekend.
You did.
I did.
You really took full advantage.
I want to say this first and foremost because we're in Carolina Beach. I had a friend, Dr. Frank, who's been on the show. He came over for the fights Saturday night, and we had two different stories here. And this is, I think, what the world is going through right now. Mm-hmm. So I'm at Carolina Beach, which is fully open now, where you can sit in chairs and do
Sure.
the whole shit drink and fucking just Blair Allman Brothers, all that stuff. And this was Saturday. I've never seen it that packed. I would estimate 30,000 people. Never seen it. I've never seen crowds like that. You couldn't.
Oh my God.
Not only was 6 feet distancing way off the table, not one prayer. I mean, dude, you were lucky to get 4 feet of sand between you and the next person, and it was beautiful. I got real burned just as I wanted to. Drinking, having fun, mixing it up. Now that was in Carolina Beach. Now, what would you say is Wrightsville maybe 15 miles north? You think?
I would say 15.
Yeah, 15. Mm-hmm. So 15 miles north of us, there's another beach called Wrightsville Beach, right? Carolina Beach is a big party beach where it's just like, hey man, let's go for it.
But from town, it's just the same amount of
distance.
time. Yeah.
Correct. Now, Wrightsville Beach is very snooty. It's very hoity-toity, if you will.
Posh.
If
Snobby.
you're parking there, it's like $40 for the day.
Yep. Because they don't want you there.
Yes.
They only want people that live there
Yeah.
to be there.
Correct. And so if you're able to get a spot there, which is really fucking hard, and Dr. Frank was like, I got lucky, man. Somebody just pulled out. And it was just like, but other than that, it was probably a 2-hour wait for a spot. And I was
Sure.
like, nope, don't want anything to do with that, right? Now, they were still enforcing the 6 feet social distancing. You can only be here for exercise rule. And he said he got
confused.
and he got yelled at.
Yeah.
He said a cop came over and was just like, you guys aren't 6 feet apart. This is supposed to be for exercising, blah, blah, blah. It was too beach hole, what they had dug out, obviously. And he said one of them that he was with, like one of his family members, just dropped down in front of the cop and started doing like 20 push-ups.
Oh my God. Stop.
Yeah. And he said they also had one of those bullhorns out on top of the car, which is like, hey, don't do that.
Oh
Put
God.
your shit up. Don't do this.
How
Blah, 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 blah.
horrible.
15 miles south, meanwhile, it is an aggressive spring break party that I was involved in. And
That I don't even think the cops
Panama
were
City
around.
Beach, there was not one cop there.
Yeah.
Simply because what are you going to do at that point? And I'm living my best life.
Sure.
I ran into some listeners from the show who are. I'm walking down the beach. I got a chair, one of those backpack chairs.
Sure.
On. I've got the Summer Swayze T-shirt. Some what would appear to be 1972 bathing suit trunks on.
Sure.
Maybe that my father perhaps wore in the 70s. I don't know. I've got the iTunes library blasting Allman Brothers Essentials through the chair, possibly be. And I've got the Tall Boys
Of White Claw?
Truly. Yeah.
Truly, sorry.
Just a few Tall Boys, and they were like, "Oh man, God damn it! You're exactly what you said
You're
on
a
the show."
Truly
And I was
girl.
like, yeah, I live that life, dude. Like, I rage.
They're like, look at him. He is a Truly girl.
And
He
like,
said he
yeah,
was, and he is.
and no lie, I said that. I was like, I am a little Truly girl, and you know that about me.
Yeah, sure.
Huge laughter, whatever.
Oh, yes,
these guys
erupted.
were fishing.
The laughter erupted.
Yeah, they were fishing. And I was just
So
like, cool.
loud.
And couldn't be more packed. I saw our neighbors on the way back, and I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, have you ever seen it like this? Like, even on a holiday? And they were like on 4th of July, and they were like, no.
Yeah.
We have never seen it like this. And I was like, I have not either. But I was like, I love it. You know,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
The only thing that was missing is the bar wasn't open. And I was just
Yeah.
like, because there's a bar in the middle of the beach. And I was like, God damn it.
You were really going to make it a...
Soldier Boy, tell him. I was going to get some crispy boys.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
And keep continuing, but couldn't, obviously, and it was close. But I really, really enjoyed the shit out of it. However, it is strange to see two beaches 15 miles apart that are that completely different because we're all in the same city, in the same county, so what does it matter?
There's a different mayor for each, I think.
Oh, different mayor?
Yeah.
You don't say.
And they're very different. They always have been.
Yeah.
You're either a Carolina Beach person or a Wrightsville Beach person and never the twain. Right?
Never the twain, Sal.
No, like you don't switch.
It's true.
Like when I first moved here, I didn't realize Carolina Beach was my people. And
Yeah.
so I would go to Wrightsville and just be like, dang, like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is such a nice beach, but I just feel like out of place constantly here.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like I'm wanted. When I step foot in the Fat Pelican
Yeah.
at Carolina Beach, I said, I'm home. Do you know what I mean? I was like, yes. I didn't know that there was a beach like that here, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, never mind, Wrightsville. Go fuck yourself. Because I'm at the Fat Pelican. Right?
But I like...
I'm sitting on like an old couch
Yeah.
from
It's not even a couch. It's just ripped out seats out of a
ripped out
truck.
seats out of a truck
Out of
and
an
then maybe
80
like a
88 Bronco.
crates
Like, all right, sweet. Yeah.
on the floor and the sand and rocks on the ground. It's a cross between
Inside the bar, which is amazing.
a yard sale and a
A yard sale and then another yard sale.
a yard sale and a house party. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it's like having a house party at your uncle's basement that he's having a yard sale outside.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous and I love it. It's everything.
Now, the importance of this story is to show that when you listen to us, it is genuine. So if you see us out, hey, man, you're going to get exactly what you hear and see every day,
yeah.
right? We're not lying to you here.
Oh, no.
Everything that goes on, goes on.
Yeah.
And they were amped of like, holy shit, you're really just fucking partying, you know?
Yeah.
Now, if you get caught being disingenuous or not who you say you are, people are going to rage.
Sure.
As of today. Today, people are raging about ChuckECheese. And this is important. The Chuckster, it's Charles Edgar Cheese. A lot of people don't know that E stands for Edgar or entertainment.
Entertainment.
Yeah, Charles Entertainment Cheese.
All of it is stupid. Carry on.
ChuckECheese got popped this morning for selling their food on Grubhub. Okay?
Okay.
But it's not under ChuckECheese. It's under Pasqually's Pizza and Wings. So.
Who's Pasqually? Is he one of the characters on the stage? I don't know. Right?
Look up Pasqually, Giorgio, and see if...
In regards to ChuckECheese.
Yeah, in regards to the Chuckster.
Okay, so Pasqually's, which, by the way...
Is Pasqually a character on the ChuckECheese stage? It's
But
with
listen, while he's looking that up.
It's with a Y.
While he's looking that up.
Yeah.
ChuckECheese pizza is... Oh, my God, it is.
It is.
Wow. So he is the Italian guy.
He's the Italian guy. Looks like a shittier version of a Mario brother. It's real nice.
So anyways, and I've always loved ChuckECheese pizza, like more than a lot of pizza places.
Yes, and it keeps getting better.
Not even a joke. Yeah.
Keeps getting better. So they got pops of like, hey man, this is ChuckECheese. Somebody noticed the address. They were ordering off of Grubhub, and it said Pasqually's Pizza and Wings. And they looked at the address and they were like, wait a minute, that turns out they're selling it under Pasqually's.
They just pivoted.
Well, no.
Can you blame them?
Because of the fact that they think that the food at ChuckECheese has a negative connotation, which I don't think it does. But if you don't have kids, and I will say this, they changed their food over the years. Like there was a period where it was not so good.
Dude, they have
Now
like
it is
good wings now. Like
Pasqually's Pizza and Wings, you know?
the salad bar is second to none. Second to Ruby Tuesdays, probably.
James.
Second to Sizzlers.
R.I.P. Soup Plantation. I don't think you're giving them the juice.
Well, they're not around anymore, but at this point, second to Sizzlers.
Okay,
I would say.
I'll give you that. Salad bar wise. But Pasqually's is the pizza and wing joint. So if you're at home and you're on Postmates, by the way, promo code Revolution, $100 off at $100 free delivery fees on Postmates. Do it, live it, learn it, love it. If you're there and you're saying, oh shit, I don't know what Pasqually's Pizza and Wings is, I'm going to order it. It's ChuckECheese. And I can vouch for their pizza.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love every second of it. I love the ingenuity.
So now that we know that,
yeah.
when we get off the air today, like I feel like we have to order our child because he's been asking to go to ChuckECheese, and we're like, hey, we can't. We have to get him it, and I wonder if it gets delivered in a ChuckECheese box, or if it's
that would be fun,
or if it's Pasqually, and they've
have
got a whole new fun, flirty, with the big Italian guy on it.
Interessant.
Charles Entertainment Cheese. Sorry, brother.
You got caught.
Oh, it's so weird to say
But I'm not mad at it. Like I would be like, oh,
either.
great.
Yeah.
Pasqually's is ChuckECheese pizza? Give it to me. What? I love ChuckECheese pizza.
Charles Edgar.
I've had it
Cheese.
way too much, obviously, but
Yeah. Want to talk about the political ads that have started airing? We're in it now. Like I was surprised.
oh my gosh, this is gonna be so fun.
Political ad on television where I was just like, oh shit, we've started. But then you and I were looking at the old calendar yesterday, and we were like, well, it makes sense. We're less than 6 months from the election right now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Trump should be running ads, and he was. The beauty of Joe Biden running, as the candidate, you have endless footage of him fucking shit up like that. You and I burst out laughing at this ad. I've never liked any candidate's ad whatsoever.
No, it's always just a big pile of fucking shit.
Yes,
but
and it's I believe in this, and I believe in this, and so-and-so do this.
And you have to be really, really easily persuaded to believe anything in anybody's ads, because it's just like one right after the other. They'll be saying exactly opposite things, right? Mm-hmm. Endorsed by both candidates.
So good, dude. So it was the best. So Trump's running his new presidential ads against Biden. Endless footage. The way this is stitched together for like Biden and China and all this shit, and then him stuttering. I don't know why they
like
put
the
that
weird
part in there.
face. They like take stuff like before they go on air, and it's like his weird faces where he's like, meh, whatever, and they're just like, dude, it's crazy. They had him like talking to some guy like, rah, 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 what's up, bud?
Yeah.
And
What's up, bud?
And then he's like cheersing someone in China, and they
The
just
president
like
of China.
completely annihilated.
It is really,
I
really
just think
funny.
it's hilarious.
If
I think
you
it's
get
hilarious.
if you get a chance to see this,
You will get a chance to see it, because if you watch TV, you will see these ads. They're everywhere, and they will continue to be so.
I burst out laughing. You and I both did. Like, I've never laughed out loud at a presidential ad before, but it got me.
It's when what got me was him cheersing the president of China. It was it was like a long time ago. He was there for some, you know what I mean? And he like out of courtesy just cheers him, and they made it like this big. in bed with China. And you're
Yeah.
just like, bro, this was like 10 years ago.
It's funny.
Whatever.
So I was reading this morning to see what the scuttlebutt, the backlash was going to be if there was any, and there was an interesting article where a guy was like, this is the same playbook that they used in 2016, essentially, where you were about her emails and all this other stuff. And it's like, the more and more I thought about it, it's like, well, that's pretty much all ad campaigns now at this point. So, across the board, not just for the president.
Yeah.
But do you remember that one? Was it 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago, where the guy had like 6 brothers and sisters, and they all made this commercial against their own brother.
Oh my God,
In
yes.
Arizona. And I was like, that's the
Lit.
only other ad where I was just like, holy shit.
Holy shit. Like, it was like trending, and you're like, what is this? And you watch it, and you're like, oh my God.
You had 6 people looking at a camera saying, I wouldn't vote for Bill Stevens or whoever it is.
They were all related to him.
And then at the end, they were like, you know why we wouldn't vote for him? Because he's our own brother.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, oh,
My
God,
father,
dude. Yeah.
my grandfather, and you're like, oh my God. No one would ever. It was like the worst smear campaign I've ever seen. Nico the Greco has a good candidate
Who?
for 2020.
Who's that?
D's Nuts.
Ah.
So
yeah,
they're
yeah,
super
yeah,
into
yeah.
it on the boards.
Justin Amash, by the way, dropped out, the independent candidate. There was going to be an independent candidate running, and he is no longer there. You didn't know who he was in the first place. You're not going to know him now. So he's out of there. But it's pretty fucking funny, man. What's going on? It's only going to get worse, by the way.
It's only going to get worse. Love to end on that note, huh?
No, as far as like the campaign ads go,
Yeah.
we're getting near that season, I guess. The weird thing was shit. I think the conventions were supposed to be in June and July. They got moved to August, but yeah. And then I wonder what you do there, because I was thinking about this as well. Ours was in Charlotte. The RNC's was going to be in Charlotte, and I think the other one was supposed to be in Wisconsin, the Democrats, Milwaukee. Since both states will be open by then, do you have that? Do you have the conventions? And is that part of your kind of campaign, I guess, going forward of like, all right, I'm for reopening states and having crowds and all that other stuff versus I'm not, and we should all be afraid. That'll be an interesting one to watch, which I really didn't put much thought into.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about it. I was like, yeah, because things are coming back. Like NASCAR was back yesterday without fans, but that requires a lot of fucking people to work in NASCAR. And then soccer was back in Europe. No fans, but soccer requires a lot of people as well, obviously. Sure. So things are starting to get a little bit back to normal. And, yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen with this summer. Because I think it would be a big power play to say, hey, man, we're open if one does it and the other doesn't. And then we'll see.
Yeah.
Interesting. Something I didn't really think about or put much thought into before. And I'm like, we're kind of getting there, I ain't scared to go out to anything.
No, me neither.
At all.
A lot of people that I talk to are scared.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Shit. My friends aren't. What are you hearing?
That people are scared. I was talking to someone this morning that was like,
This morning?
yeah, they went to TJ Maxx and they're freaked out.
Is TJ Maxx open?
They just opened
Today?
yesterday, over the weekend or something.
Shit. Oh, every store is
open.
open. Shit. I'd go in there. I'm a little Maxinista. I'd go in there and buy a fun little flirty tank top or something.
Yeah, so there's people that, and this is someone that has a business that needs to reopen that is freaked out. And so I can't really get on board with that only because I don't understand it.
Yeah.
So that's a hard conversation for me to have with people because
TJ Maximum Overdrive,
unless you're at
dude.
risk, like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
So
I'm down for TJ Maximum. I'll go there just because it's open. I don't even know if I'll buy anything. I'll buy something. Like a little clay statue or something.
there's a line out wrapped around the
To go to
building
TJ
to
Maximum?
get in because they can only let a certain amount of people in. So
Shit.
I will not be going.
I gotcha. Yeah, I saw a line at Trader Joe's the other day when I drove by. I'm not a big Trader Joe's guy, but I saw a line.
love
and I was
it,
like,
and
oh,
I
shit.
haven't been.
Yeah, there was like 30, 40 people deep in this line.
I didn't know the dimensions of my vehicle well enough to go to Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
You have to be really careful in that parking lot.
Really brutal
Because
parking
the
lot.
way that people find out if they're parked in the right spot is they just slam their door open. And if it hits yours, if you haven't gotten into, if your car hasn't gotten scratched in the Trader Joe's parking lot, you've never been. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's the answer to that.
I get it. You know,
I have 2 scratches from going.
mine was Whole Foods in LA. That was the worst for me.
In LA, yeah. Out here, no.
Yeah, Trader Joe's here.
We have plenty of room at our Whole Foods parking.
Yeah, well, because there's like 3 other garbage shops in there, and you're just like, all right, sweet. You know. It's like, you go over there and it's like you see a sign for something and you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, there's a TCBY over there. Taking care of yogurt.
It's not anymore. It's Pets People.
Oh, is it really?
They
Good
changed
for,
it.
Good for them. Good for them. Pets
And
people.
a Chipotle. They have a Chipotle and
Now, the Chipotle is always packed.
a Carter's.
People are eager to get their diarrhea on, and there's that. Chipotle is always packed.
I get down with a Chipotle bowl.
Do you really?
A bowl.
I do not. I'm a Baja Fresh guy, through and through. Chipotle me is just a diarrhea machine. You know, crank it up. I bet you there's like, if you go inside that Chipotle over there, there's probably like 18 toilets. You know, that's a big part of their business. There's even one where they'll just put it right in the stall. You order and then they'll just push that burrito right underneath the stall and just eat it right in the toilet. And just let go, dude.
Okay.
Double meat that up for me. I'm going to try to clear out everything today and just push that into the stall.
Yeah, Chipotle is a very productive situation. Yeah.
It is. I think they should put screens on the door, on the back of the door. So when you shut the door and sit on the toilet, you can just order your burrito right there and then just have it slid underneath the door where it's just like, all right, sweet. That's what's going to happen here. That's going to happen. Let's get into it, you know? Mm-hmm. Maybe have some more hooks for some clothing and backpacks and whatever you're going to do throughout your day. Obviously, you got to hang that up. You don't want that living in your clothes all day. But that's Chipotle for me. Baja Fresh is, to me, that's always been fresh. I've never had any issues there.
Okay.
And we were last night, even in the Last Dance thing with the, remember the bad pizza that Michael Jordan got?
Yeah.
You go where you know. Like, I am one of those people, like those people. I have, knock on wood, not had any form of food poisoning that much in my life. Have you?
Food poisoning? No.
No. I have friends who have, where you're just like, Jesus Christ, how are you getting sick all the time? I will not go back there. You know, it takes everything in me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. To not go back there. So
Sure.
Chipotle is on that list for me. I've been back in a very long time.
Okay.
A very long time. Jabes, we're
Yes.
here. We're back.
We're here. We're back. We're here for you.
We are. We're going to be here every day until May 30th. I will say that. And then we'll probably go 4 days a week. I would say something like that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So I think somewhere in that neighborhood, and we should tell you guys that. Because once everything starts to open, you're obviously not going to have time to watch every day. You know? So we might go foursies out there for you. And we'll see.
Yeah, I think we definitely are. We're just not sure if it's going to be this week or next week.
Yeah.
But we'll let you guys know.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And please rate the show on iTunes. Go to Ross Patterson Revolution. Give it a 5-star. Give it a quick rating. It really helps for not only the advertisers, but it drives you up the charts and all that other stuff. We appreciate you, and we're here for you every day. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.